video, we're going to go over some JavaScript terminology. Today's video is more of a refresher course on everything we have learned up until this point, so that you guys remember all the important terms and everything that we have gone through so far. So we're going to start with the first thing that we have learned so far over here. It's called function declaration. So what is function declaration? Function declaration is actually a way of declaring or creating a function. You can create a function using function declaration in such way. So you do function dance, for example, and the curly brackets. That's it, done. The second thing that we learned in our course so far, one of the important things, is function expression, which is again a way to declare a function, but we assign it to a variable. So it's like variable dance is equal to a function, calling the function, and then there. Now this function can either be anonymous like it is right now, or you can give the function a name, for example dance or whatever over here. But mostly when people use this method, the function expression, most of the time when people use the method function expression, they usually the function over here is usually anonymous like this. But just to show you guys that you can actually name it. Another thing that we learned so far is expression or expressions. Expression is anything that gives value. So for example, 5 plus 5 can be an expression. Variable x equals to 6 is an expression, or return false. Well, sorry. False is an expression, because all of these things are, returning a value. Next thing that we learn, an important thing, is calling. Now, you can call it calling or invoking, whatever you want to say, but it's a way to make a function perform its action. So like, for example, prompt, this is a way of calling. Alert was a way of calling. Or for example, you have let's say function dance. So dance, and then the function dance can it takes two values, let's say x and y. So you put those values and that's it there. Oh, I put a full stop. No, it's supposed to be a comma. Okay. This is the way you call or invoke a function so that it actually performs the action it is supposed to. The fifth thing that is very important that you guys should remember is called assigning. Hope I spelled that right. So assigning, like, when we assign a variable to something, for example, variable x equals to hi Bob. Now the string hi Bob can be accessed using variable x because we assigned it. Another very important thing that we have learned so far that you guys definitely need to remember is the difference between a function and a method. So for example, a function can be like this, function dance, like we did before. Now this is a function out there in the wild. A method, on the other hand, would look something like this. Like there is a variable dance, which is basically an object, and inside that object we have, well, let's dance is to a function, not function, a function, and that function can do something blah 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 blah. So over here, this function will be called a method, On the other hand, while it's out there in the wild, it's just a function. Now, this is the first difference between a function and a method. A method is a function. It's still a function, but it's a function which is inside an object. And the second difference between them is how you call them or how you invoke them. So if you want to call the function dance, all you need to do is just dance, and you have called it. But when you access a method, so a method is inside an object. So first, you need to do dance, which is the object. Then inside the object, you want to call let's dance, which is the function. So this is the major difference also on how to invoke them. I know this is going to be a very short video because this is basically just me going over the important terminology that we have learned so far, so you guys can refresh a little bit. If there are some concepts that are not clear, make sure you go back in the course and practice. Basically that's it, and I'll see you in the next video where we will go in much more detail about JavaScript. Make sure to like and subscribe if you like our content and you want to be up to date with our latest videos. Thank you and bye.